Hello everyone, my name is Harold Wallace. I'm a longtime member and past potentate of Jesus Shriners of British Columbia and Yukon. For many years we have worked with Murray Hatfield and Teresa to present the Shriners annual variety show in various communities on Vancouver Island and throughout British Columbia. This year, due to the coronavirus, it is simply not possible to do the show in the normal way. So we thought about this and decided to present the show in a completely new way, online. Thank you for your support of the Shriners, and now please welcome Murray Hatfield and Teresa.
Good evening and welcome. I'm Murray Hatfield and this is the Shriners Annual Variety Show. Now, those of you that have seen our show before know that Teresa and I each year put together a whole new show. We put together new magic and illusions, special guests, and all kinds of surprises, and we take it to theaters, communities, cities, and towns all over the island and all over BC. Well, this year, the coronavirus made that kind of impossible. We're stuck at home just like a lot of you are. So we thought about it, we talked about it, and we decided that, well, if we can't come to you, maybe you could come to us. And here we are. You're here in our house. This is my office, and we are going to do some magic. Now, unfortunately, the office is a bit small, and we don't have the room to do any of the bigger illusions that we love doing. So we decided we are going to do some of this show live. Some is going to happen right here, right now, just like this. We're live. But some of it we pre-recorded. We spent a couple of days and went out to our yard, to the driveway, even to the fire hall in Duncan, to film some of the illusions that we really like doing. And that way we can share some of our very favorite things with you. But now, if you're ready, we're ready, and quite frankly, a little nervous. This is not my comfort zone, but you know what? I think it's time to begin. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'd like to start off with a special guest. This gentleman has worked with us many times over the past number of years, and it is always a pleasure. He hails from Victoria, and he may be young, but ladies and gentlemen, he is quickly making a name for himself in the magic world. Please welcome to the stage, Jason Verners.
Thanks, Murray. Hey everyone, Jason Verners here from Victoria, BC. Thanks so much for having me today, and I thought it'd be the perfect opportunity to share with you some of my favorite close-up magic, but first, I need to warm up. I'll be honest, I need to warm up, and to do that, we're going to try something. Empty wine glass, take a look inside. Empty wine glass and a deck of cards. We're going to try something. I'm going to try to find 4 cards. How about 3? We'll start easy, because this right here is going to be card number 4 on the table. Card number 4, easy one, out of the way. To find the 3 others look just like this. Watch really close. If I give it just a little mix like this, over and under and over. Card number 1 will be the Ace of Diamonds. That's card number 1 into the glass. Card number 1 down, 2 more to go. Watch really close, over and under. That should be card number 2. Card number 2 is the Ace of Clubs. So far, so what? I understand. Card number 2 into the glass. And card number 3, one more time, just like that, like this. I think I got it. Card number 3 should be the Ace of Hearts. I think you guys know where this is going, but this is good. Look, card number 3 inside the glass, and that means that my last card number 4, is the Jack of, it's the Jack of Spades. This doesn't make a lot of sense, but if I could really do magic, it would look just like this. Watch really close into the glass. If I could do magic, that would be, though, not just 1, but that would be all 4 jacks, just like that. Check that out. That's the 1, 2, 3, 4 jacks. That's how I warm up. Kind of strange. Hey, I think we're ready. I want to share with you all one of my favorite pieces of close-up magic, and that uses the same deck of cards and a really fancy shuffle. I'll pull up my sleeves. I know what you're thinking. You're a magician. Do you work out? No. Look at me. Quite small. Agreed. Right. We'll try some deck of cards. We'll take about half. I'm going to shuffle half once normally, just like this. But and then once more in a really strange way. I want you to watch really close. If I take just a few cards, about this many, and if I go some like this, some face down, and some face up. This is the idea. So I'm going to go face down and face up all through the cards, and my goal at the end is to try to fix them. That's the goal of this. So if I go all the way through the cards, some face down, some face up, some face down, some face up, some face down, some face up, all the way through, and if I can fix them in a timely manner, miracle. Looks just like this. Here we go, all the way through. So you have some cards like this, face down and face up. Some cards face up and face down. Face to face, back to back, it's a big mess. Watch really close. The way I fix it's the strangest thing. A snap, does that do anything? I don't know, but it's magic, because watch, face down, the strangest thing. Face down, every single card straightens itself out. Check that out. Look, every single card, every single last card back to normal. But if I could really do magic, it would look just like this. Check this out. Up to the camera. Ace of Clubs. King of Hearts doesn't make a lot of sense unless if I have the Queen of Hearts, the Jack of Hearts, the 10 of Hearts, all the way down. Check that out. To the Ace of Hearts. Look, how about the diamonds? Look, King, Queen, Jack, 10, 9, all the way down to the Ace of Diamonds. How about the Spades? King of Spades, Queen of Spades, all the way down to the big Ace of Spades, and finally the clubs for the big ending. How in the world? I know, but just because we can do that, and you're sitting in my living room with me right now, I feel like we're together. And to illustrate that, I thought I'd share with you one of my favorite pieces of magic, using a very special deck of cards. Because even in this time where I feel alone, I feel solo, we're all in this together, and that's what I want to share with you right now. So with a very special piece of music, I hope you enjoy it, and we'll see you in a second. you stay safe. And thanks again for having me. My name's Jason Verners, and back to you, Murray.
Jason, that was awesome. Thank you so much for being here. And, I got to tell everyone, a lot of times when I'm doing shows, one of the things that people always ask is, how did it happen? Well, you know something? I'm not supposed to tell you, but if you can keep a secret, I'll teach you a trick. It's a super easy one. It involves a little red handkerchief. All I have to do is take that little red handkerchief and tuck it down inside of my hand. I push it down until it's completely hidden, and watch what happens. You are going to be amazed. First of all, I make some magical gestures, little wave of the hand, snap of the fingers, and a little bit of magic wiffle dust. Sprinkle it on top, and ladies and gentlemen, the handkerchief actually changes into a real, live egg. Okay, it's not that great, but you know what? It's kind of fun, and anyone can do this trick. All you need to do, well, I guess I should tell you, this is not a real live egg. This is a wooden egg. It was laid by a decoy. It's okay. Here's the idea. The egg is hollow. There's a hole in the back, and the handkerchief fits right down inside. As you can see, very easy. But you have to set it up properly. So if you want to try this, here's what you do. You get yourself a handkerchief. Does not have to be red. You also get yourself an egg, a little plastic or wooden egg. You cut a hole in the back large enough to put the handkerchief inside. Now, you do have to hide the egg. There's a couple of ways you can do this. First of all, you can hide the egg in the palm of your hand. Magicians call this hiding the egg in the palm of your hand, or put it in your pocket. Or in my case, I use a little box, and the egg just goes down inside of the box. Now you take the handkerchief that goes inside of the box as well, over top of the egg. You find a friend or a family member, and you explain that you want to show them a trick with the handkerchief. What you don't tell them is that you also have a little egg under the handkerchief. That's how I get the egg out, so that no one sees it. Now, I explain to them that I'm going to push the handkerchief down into my hand. What I really do is I, of course, tuck the handkerchief down inside of the egg. Now, I push it down until it's completely hidden. And then I'm a magician. What do magicians do? Magical gestures. So we make a couple of magical gestures. Wave the hand, snap the fingers, little bit of magic wiffle dust. If you don't have any of that, lint will do. Sprinkle it on top. Show your friends that you've produced the egg. Now, your friends are going to be amazed, whistling, cheering, applauding, possibly throwing money. Possibly not. But you know something? You do have to remember one thing. There's a rule. There's always a rule. Remember that you don't ever show your friends the hole, because if they see that, they're going to know this is a fake egg. That's when you have to use a little bit of magic. Snap of the fingers, and I peel the hole off of the egg and prove the egg is real. Ta-da! Thanks very much. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a little magic that anyone could do. And if you would like to learn some magic, well, I got to tell you a little something. This summer, every week of July and August, I'm actually going to be hosting a magic camp. I have sessions in the morning and the afternoons for kids between the age of 8 and 13 years old. If you want some more information, you can check it out at the end of the show in the credits. It tells you how you can check it out and how you can sign up and register. And hey, every day this summer, I'm going to be working with kids, maximum 8 in any given class. And we are going to see magic and learn magic and do magic and mostly have some fun. So maybe we'll do some magic together. But right now, I want to show you some magic that Teresa and I love doing. A couple of weeks ago, we got contacted by a very good friend of ours. Greg Fruin is a world champion of magic. He has his own theater in Niagara Falls, and he was doing an online show and asked if we would contribute some magic. Well, we went upstairs into the living room and we filmed a piece of magic that, you know something, we like it so much we wanted to share it with you. Now, what the heck is it? I can never remember the name of it. It has a bag or anyway, whatever. It doesn't matter what it's called. Let's show you the magic. Here we go. Hey, Teresa, what's that one where there's a bag and you escape?
Bag escape?
That's the one. Let's do it. To start with, we need a bag. I have one right here, but this is not any ordinary bag. This is a very large purple bag. Now, it is large enough for a person to be inside, and it was made with a very long piece of material, twice as long as the bag itself. It was folded over and sewn up each side so that there is a seam. It starts at the top, it goes all the way down the side and all the way down to the bottom. Same thing over on the other side. There's a seam all the way down, but there is no seam in the bottom of the bag. So no place to hide any kind of an opening. Now the bottom of the bag goes here into the bottom of this little curtained enclosure. Now, once we get it straightened out, Teresa, if you would, be so kind as to step into the large purple bag, just like that. Now, I said the bag was big. I wasn't kidding. It goes all the way up over Teresa's head, just like that. We're not going to leave her like that for a second. Let's see and make sure you're okay. You all ready to go?
Yep.
All right, then here's how we do it up. The bag comes over Teresa's head, and I'm going to accordion pleat the two sides, just like that. Now, we gather it all together, and this way, Teresa will be sealed right inside of the bag. To do that, we need this, a leather strap with Velcro on both sides. This is going to wrap around the neck of the bag, just like this. That will lock Teresa inside and make it very, very difficult to even try to escape. Now, I don't want Teresa to be able to reach through the material and try and unrip the Velcro. So I brought along a piece of rope. This is going to wrap around here. We simply tie it around the top of the strap, and 1 knot, 2 knots. Impossible now for her to open up the strap. Now, I am going to be here holding on to the top of the bag, the opening, the only opening in the bag. And in order so that we keep her from trying to pull that out of my hand, I'm going to use the excess rope and wrap it around my wrist and hold on here. It's not going anywhere. Now, we need to lift the curtain, and I have some help over here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Carson. Can you say hi, Carson? Carson's going to help me out. He's going to bring up the curtain. Let's stop right there. Ladies and gentlemen, Teresa's in the bag. It's all tied up. We're ready to go. Teresa, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Then let's do it. Go! 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, that is how you get out of the bag. Now, let's take a look. The ropes are still around my wrist. The knot is still in the rope. The rope is still around the strap. The strap is still Velcroed securely around the neck of the bag. And ladies and gentlemen, the bag, well, let's take a look. The seams still secure. And the other seam over on the other side, that looks good too. And the bottom, no rips, no tears, no openings, no way out. Ladies and gentlemen, that is bag escape.
Bye.
Bye-bye. That is truly one of my favorite pieces of magic, and yes, it's called bag escape. You know something? I'm going to show you guys something that you maybe have never seen before. Some of you, anyway. This is, well, this is weird. You know what this is? This is a box. It's a box before it becomes a box. It's a box for playing cards. And what they do is they take this at the factory, they put it through the printing press, they print it, they fold it, they glue it, they get a box. Magicians do it a little differently. Magicians just snap their fingers, and then you simply fold the sides in, the bottom up, the sides down, the top down, and you get a fully functional card box. Better yet, snap of the fingers and inside fully functional cards. Now, this is not a regular deck of playing cards. In fact, here, let's bring the view down a little bit, thanks to my professional stagehand there. And here's what we're going to do. This is a deck of cards before it becomes a deck of cards. You see, the cards are blank on the front and blank on the back. There's nothing on either side. Now, these are called card blanks, and what they do is they use these, they put, just like the box, they put it in a printing press, they print the front, they print the back, they get a deck of playing cards. Now, magicians do it a little bit differently. Magicians just think of a card. All I have to do is think of a card and picture it, and then snap the fingers, and I get a card. Now, here we have the Jack of Clubs, but let's say I wanted a different card. Let's say I wanted a red card like the Nine of Diamonds. I would simply picture the Nine of Diamonds. I would snap the fingers and cut the deck. I would get the Nine of Diamonds. The Jack of Clubs goes away. Now, the weird part is there's no back on the nine. I didn't think of the back. I only thought of the front. And, well, there's no back on any of the cards. So how do we get a back? Well, look, there's a back. So if we just tap that, we get a back. Now, this gives me a back without a front, and a front without a back, and a bunch of cards with no front or back. So how do we take it further? Well, you know what? You are going to help me out. I want everyone there to think of an entire deck of cards. If everyone thinks of one and puts it into the deck, well, just think of it, picture it, and look, we get an entire deck of playing cards. Now, they look good. They look real. You know what? They're not. They're just thoughts. And sooner or later, thoughts go away. And they're all blank on that side. And they're all blank on that side. And ladies and gentlemen, that is an unusual deck of playing cards. You know something, right now, we want to take you outside onto the driveway in a piece of magic that was invented 100 years ago. It was invented during the vaudeville era, and well, only 5, according to the documents, only 5 of this particular illusion were ever built. And I happened to be at an auction some years ago, and it was an auction of antique stage equipment and magic props. And I found this amazing piece of magic. It may be 100 years old, but you know something? It's pretty cool. Ladies and gentlemen, take a look. That is one of my favorites. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, a very special treat, a very special guest, Fernando. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me such pleasure to introduce this amazing creature. Please, once again, Fernando. No, wait, this is not Fernando. This is Casey, the Wonder Dog. And this is not Fernando, this is Teresa. But you know what? Fernando is actually a flea, and he lives right here under Casey's left ear. May I grab that? Thank you. Thanks, Casey. Thanks, Teresa. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Fernando. Fernando, say hi to the folks.
Hello.
Now, Fernando, are you ready to do your trick? All right, then, ladies and gentlemen, Fernando. Here we go. Okay. All right, careful. Right there. Okay, ready? We're gonna go up. Yeah. Here we go. That was stupid. Ladies and gentlemen, right now I want to introduce a very special guest. Teresa and I first met this gentleman in New Zealand when we were touring there back in 1997. We have since worked and traveled with this gentleman numerous times. He has performed all over the globe. Now, he's got a very unique style of performance and answers the question, if Charlie Chaplin was a magician, what would it look like? It would look like Paul Romhany. Thank you, Paul. That was awesome. Well, ladies and gentlemen, right now I had arranged to have a very special guest here as part of our show tonight. His name is Wally Lee. He is the potentate of the Giza Shriners of BC and Yukon. And unfortunately, we had an issue. At just a couple of minutes to showtime, there was a computer issue, and he was not able to sign in to be a part of this tonight. So instead, I have talked to Ryan, who I should explain. We certainly are not doing this show on our own. And there's a gentleman by the name of Ryan Pilling who has been a good friend for many, many years. He and I both lived in Calgary for many years, but he has now moved to Ottawa, and he is producing the show tonight. He's doing all the technical stuff and making the live stream available to all of you, and doing all of the getting the live feed and the recorded illusions, and basically making it a seamless show. Well, Ryan has agreed to step in and help out with what I'm about to do. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce the producer of the show, Ryan Pilling.
Hey, Murray.
Hey, Ryan, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm just clicking buttons back here.
You are doing an amazing job. I have no idea how you did this. I certainly couldn't have done it without you. And thank you for stepping in because Wally couldn't be here tonight. Ryan, I do want to make something clear before we start off. And I can't figure out whether I'm looking at you or looking at the camera here, but I'll look at the camera. Ryan, the thing about this is I'm going to have you help me out with a piece of magic. I want to verify for the people who are watching that I didn't tell you what to say, what to do, anything. I simply asked if you'd be willing to step in. Is that a fair assessment? Would you agree?
That's very fair. And I've even got a randomizer if need be.
Oh, yeah, randomizer. Excellent. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to bring this down a little bit because I have a table down here. And on that table, I have some envelopes. Now, here, I'm just going to move this back up. You can tell this is professional show business here, folks. Here's what I have. I have 8 little envelopes. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's keep them in a stack. 5, 6, 7, and 8. 8 different envelopes. Let's make sure they are in the correct order. Now, Ryan, here's what's going to happen. You're going to help me mix up these envelopes. Now, what I should explain before we do that is these envelopes contain a card. Each one has 1 card inside of it. And on that card, there is a single word printed. So here's the idea. If you mix up the envelopes, you also mix up the words. And Ryan, you are going to try and make a sentence using those 8 words, but without knowing what those words are. So here's what's going to happen. Ryan, if you were here, I would have you just shuffle these up. Instead, I'm going to have you tell me how to shuffle them up. Here's the way. If you tell me to deal an envelope, I will deal 1 envelope face down onto the table. But if you tell me to shuffle, I will take the top envelope and put it under the next envelope and deal them both down. So this is a deal. This is a shuffle. Now, let me assure you, this really does mix up all the envelopes. So now we have 1, 3, 2, 4, 6, 5, 8, 7, right? They do actually get a new order. So, Ryan, now it's your turn. Okay. We're going to do this face down so that you don't get influenced by the actual numbers. But just go ahead and tell me, deal or shuffle?
A shuffle.
Ooh, a shuffle right off the bat? Are you sure,
yeah.
Ryan? He's a man of conviction. All right. So there's number 1. What's number 2?
Shuffle again.
Shuffle again. So 2 shuffles in a row.
Deal.
Deal.
And shuffle.
A shuffle, and that leaves 1 last deal. Okay, so now let's take a look. You have created a new order. I'm going to do this fairly. We have 4, 2, 3, 1, 7, 8, 5, 6. So, Ryan, before we go any further, would you agree that that was all your choices? You made those decisions. You made them in the moment. No one told you what to say.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. So, Ryan, as I said, inside of each envelope, there is a single card. Okay. And on the back of each of those cards, there is a word. Ryan, if we are lucky, this sentence might make sense. Luck being the most important word here. So, Ryan, let's take a look. Last two cards, last two words. You had a free choice of how to mix up all these words. Ryan, let's see how you did and if it makes any kind of sense. The first words, thank you. That's a good start. Thank you. It makes sense. It's a really good start if you add for. Thank you for watching the Shriners Variety Show. Thank you for watching the Shriners Variety Show, and thanks, Ryan, for helping out.
Thank you, Murray.
All right, we'll see you later. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching the Shriners Variety Show. And you know something? We do have one last illusion that I'd like to share with you. You know, it's a pretty crazy time right now. This time, this last couple of months has been a monumental shift for all of us. For many people, it's been a tremendous challenge. Just remember, in the midst of all the tough stuff, remember to dream. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this brings our show to a close. Before we go, I would like to thank the Shriners for allowing us to bring our magic to you in a totally different way. I also would like to thank our special guests, Paul and Jason, for helping us out, helping us to share a little bit of magic with all of you. I'd like to thank Ryan for making this all possible. We absolutely could not have done this without him. And I'd like to thank this beautiful lady right here for helping out with all of the magic, the ideas, the concepts, and basically putting this show together. And last, I want to thank all of you for being here. So, ladies and gentlemen, until we meet again, maybe even this summer for some of you kids, I just want to say good night and be safe.
Good night.